Hello and welcome all. I'm your host, Boo. Today we have a Faces. This is episode 49. I'm so excited for today's episode. So excited for today's special guest. Everybody give a share to the room. Give it a like, maybe drop some love down in there if you're feeling the conversation. It is recorded, so you can listen back to this and you can watch us live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. We're beautiful. We're looking good out here. And you can mute yourself on YouTube and listen to us on X at the same damn time. We've got the technology. Let me get on with this 2-minute intro here. If you're a first-time listener, we do this show for 1 hour. First 30 minutes, laser focus on our guests. Next 30 minutes, open mic Q&A. Come on up here. Sometimes I'll forget to ask a question, and the audience usually asks incredible questions. Okay, with that, I got to check on my incredible co-host, JPEG J. How are you doing today, love?
Doing great. There's some allergens out there, but we're managing through it.
We are managing through these allergies, and we are still doing polls, everybody. And you know what? I actually talked to Jay today. I was like, should we do these polls? Do these polls matter? We looked at the number, and it was like 11 people engaged 1 week, 8 the next week, and 12 last week. So you know what? We're going to throw it up there again. And this is what your results are in for last week. Jay, can you read it off for us?
Well, last week we were talking to Jane, Meta Empress, founder of Dart Studios, about IRL events. And so the poll was to ask you guys, what do you enjoy the most from Web3 IRL events? And you guys said meeting internet friends and interactive experiences. Nobody said free drinks.
Everybody's tired of the free drinks, I guess, but I'm not tired of the free hoodies. So keep the free hoodies coming with the merch, thank you so much, JPEG J. She does it all, guys. She's the producer of the show too, just doing incredible with the stream, with the video in the background. We're like the NFL out here. Okay, with that, I want to give a big warm welcome to our incredible guest, Tali Bear of Bear Labs out here, a serial entrepreneur, a product guy, founder and former CEO. Oh my gosh, the bio is incredible on this person, and they were so well prepared, so professional. I got to shout out Fly Ride out there that connected us. We did our first StreamYard together. Actually, we didn't even meet each other. And then this is a long time coming. I think it's like 4 months ago that happened. And now here we are, and Tali Bear is going to talk to us all about the Bear Bot that just released. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that. And with that, welcome to the show, Tali.
Well, what's up, everybody? Can you hear me fine? We good? We good?
Great. How's the hair? Is the hair good?
Yes, it's good. It's good. Thank you very much. I mean, you tell me, is it good?
No, you look good. You just posted that you got out of the barber. Last time I talked to you, you were fully bear mode. So now I get to see your beautiful face. I love it.
There you go. Yeah, dude, your setup is really nice that you got going on here in StreamYard. Do you have a YouTube link we could pass around?
Oh yeah, we can drop that.
Yeah, I'm going to tweet it right now.
Yeah, pin it to the top here. The setup is really, really impressive. Good job, guys. And you guys got your filter masks on. What are you guys using?
So I'm using Snapchat Lens Studio. Okay. I'm not sure if it still works because I'm using an old program. I'm using an old computer. Who knows? It's just like we're working it,
It works great.
Thank you so much. And Jay, that's a big compliment to you, Jay, down there, So thank you so much for that. Tali, with that, we got a lot of people in here tuned in today. We appreciate everybody coming in, giving us their time to listen. I see some people requested up breads. If I can get you up midway of the show, I would appreciate it if you could just sit tight for us. And Tali, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself before you got into Web3, before crypto was even in your brain?
Yeah, Jesus. All right. So right before crypto got in my brain, I was doing I've always been an entrepreneur, just starting up stuff, right? I've had a lot of failures in the past, and then I started to have a couple of successes, right? And the success right before jumping into crypto was e-commerce. right? And then, right before that, I had an agency that I fired up, just really kind of understood like how to work with a team, with developers, marketing. And so stepping into Web3 was kind of a very natural thing. And I'm always experimenting with the latest and greatest tech to see what I can do, right? Because I don't really like to compete. I like playing in a red ocean, it's called, is no fun. I prefer going and doing something that other people haven't done before. That's risky, right? It's risky because it might not hit, or I don't know, something else might happen that's unexpected. But I don't know. Fortunately, I jumped into Web3, and I built Bad Bears in this wonderful, wonderful community. And I've met. I mean, it's crazy. Like nowadays, it's like probably 90% of my life, and 90 to 95% of my like people that I consider my friends are on the internet, right? In Discord, and on Twitter. So it's wild.
That's incredible. Yeah, your background here has you've done a multimedia company agency, and then you also you saw an opportunity there with the pandemic, and you did a mask company, and you also employed 30 people doing that. So
Yep.
your background here is just incredible about some kinds of the steps that you took along the way. Well, you want to tell us one of the biggest F's that you've taken and like how you learned from that?
The biggest L's, let's see here. I wouldn't say that there's been a big L. There's been a lot of small L's. Just little things that I've tried here and there. Like a lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually an author. I've published multiple books on Amazon, but I will never tell people, what those books are, and what my like pseudonym was, right? And that was just a little experiment that I ran in my early 20s. Just learned a lot, but I ended up not really going anywhere. Maybe because I'm a terrible writer, or I don't know, I have ADD or something. And I just moved on to something else more interesting.
That is crazy, yo. That's some alpha out here. I didn't know Tolly was a writer. I've actually had it on my bucket list to write a book for a while. And we found out actually, somebody on the show previously, that if you own a book, that is something that like the movie companies can't steal. It's like something really hard to take in the court of law. So that's wild.
Interesting.
What inspired you to like get into making a project? Did you like mint an NFT? Did you get some like shit coins? Like what made you get into this? And like, what space is this for you this week? Number 20, number 25?
Oh dear Lord. I mean, if I look at my calendar, it's stacked. It's just back to back. Yeah. I don't know what space number it is, but yeah, what got me into Web3 was actually, or actually what convinced me to start my own company is I got rugged, right? Probably multiple times. This is early 2021. I was just kind of playing around with, I don't know, different shit coins and that kind of thing, and I got rugged one too many times. And I was like, all right, you know what? This Web3 business, I could probably do it a lot better than these idiots out here. And so, I jumped in, and I, and it's my life now.
I love that. There are a lot of idiots out here. I'm one of them. You mentioned that you got, ADHD, all this stuff. How are we doing when it comes to like, we're looking at ourselves on X, right? We're looking at ourselves on the screen. And now you have a bot kind of like keeping things together within your Discord. And I think we can, if you're down to show a demonstration, right? And he'll talk us through it, everybody, because this is so crazy. This bot can make your Discord literally in a second. I actually got hired to make a Discord for somebody, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It took me about 2 weeks to get it right and proper. And you know what? The subscription for BotBear, it's like $99 a month. I got paid well over that to do a Discord for somebody, and this bot will literally populate it like this. So I can't wait to show people that. And please, if you want to highlight it a certain way, Tolly, please.
Yeah, the bot is actually free. It's free. So it's and particularly this feature that you're talking about, the automated channel creation, it's a part of the free bot. So you install it into your Discord, and if you've ever set up a Discord server, you know how much of a pain in the ass it can be. I apologize for my language. Can I swear?
we can cuss, we can say fuck. It's Rug Radio, baby. We keep it live
All
and
right,
uncut.
let's go, baby. Let's go. So I so you guys know just really how much of a pain in the ass it is to set up Discord roles, channels, channel permissions, role permissions. And the hierarchies for proper security is it's a lot to deal with. It can take you hours to days. We built this feature literally, I think probably 2 weeks ago. We opened it up, and it was so easy for us to do. And it's the one feature that just completely blows people away because it's super visual to see your entire channel come to life, right? And so, and it's free, and it's probably like 0.5% of the full feature set, right? And so the idea is to give something free to people that will provide them immediate value. It creates an instant social economy. And by the way, I think you're looking at an old website there. Oh no, that's a video. That's a video. Never mind. But anyways, it'll create an instant social economy for you. User experience optimized. And this is a problem that a lot of people don't understand. The default Discord experience is trash. And 99% of bots that you can install are complete trash because you have to memorize slash commands or you have to log into some interface on a website, and then to perform an action, to your Discord, you have to do it on this website. And that's just stupid, right? If you've ever designed a website before, you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to code a website, or to build it on something that doesn't reflect what it actually looks like. So basically with this bot, what you see is what you get, and it's completely Discord native. But I want to rewind just a little bit and talk about why I'm bullish on Discord. Okay, so Discord is where communities live. Period. It is. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, sure. You've got Twitter, but Twitter's very different, and it solves a different thing. It's for discoverability, right? Like I always bring up this this analogy where Discord is home and Twitter is outside, right? Like you go outside to hang out with your friends, right? But at some point, you come home to Discord. In a bear market, people gravitate towards Twitter because there's more activity, it's more interesting. Whereas in a bull, they gravitate towards the Discord because there's too much noise outside, right? And so Discord is designed for experiences. It's built for experiences. It was originally built for gaming communities, right? And so that's in its DNA. And so, but probably 95% of all Web3 Discord communities, they don't take advantage of really using the customization features to build something fun and something that people want to come back to, right? If you can build a community that people want to come back to, then that's good. That's really good because people will come back. They're more apt to engage, right? And that's really where you can have, focused discussions, and announcements.
Nice to meet you.
And all of that.
Totally. I'm the founder of Bad Bears.
So,
I want to show you really quickly. I'm going to try to keep it to
you want to jump into the demo real quick?
I'm going to show off.
I would love to jump into the demo. And everybody, Tali's great at speaking. So if you're just listening along and you want to watch later, it's wild. Literally, he'll just propagate the entire Discord like boop. And that's all I would really want to get on this video here. And whatever you want, whatever else you would like to show us with this bot. And we're going to talk about honey as well.
Cool. Yeah. So, all right. So how do I present? Let's go to share screen. Let's go over to Discord.
This is so cool. We're in StreamYard, everybody. We're doing this live. We're building in the bear. We're talking to a bear in the bear. Oh my goodness. No coincidence here.
All right, cool. So you can see that. So again, this is free. So you can install the Bearbot, and this is free. If you're a community manager and you're setting up a Discord for somebody, this is what you would use because it's fast, and it's free, and you could go ahead and charge your clients whatever you want to charge them to set up the server. Your normal fees. They don't have to know that you're using this. But again, this is like 0.5%, of the full feature set. it really comes alive when you activate the Web3 rewards, right? And the magic is if you can reward your community members for holding NFTs or ERC20 tokens, and soon we're going to go cross-chain. People will be happier, right? In this economy system, yes, you can make points, but you have to have a reason to spend points as well, right? Because in economy, there's supply and demand. If there's too much supply, not enough demand, people lose interest. If there's too much demand, not enough supply, people get frustrated and they leave. And so this actually gives a really, really good balance of that. And you can tip other people with these points. You can brand these points whatever you want. I don't know, coins or gold or poop or berries or whatever you want to do. And it's just a lot of fun. So I'm going to show you here this automated channel creation feature. So I'm just going to click on create channels, pick a template. There's a Web3 standard template, which basically will give you all of the roles and channels that will probably get you to be 95% done with the server setup. So I just hit confirm here. You'll see on the right-hand side, it's starting to populate all of the different channels under the proper categories. It's inputting a few embeds in there for you. So if I go to like the welcome channel here, it's got something there, just basic rules. If I go over to the roles, you can see that it created all of the proper roles with the right permissions. And if I go into a channel like the holder chat, you'll see that it automatically assigned the holder role to be the one that can view that channel, right? And again, this is really useful for community managers. It's a one-time thing. But the beautiful thing is there's a massive feature set that just makes your community, a better place to be. And what we found, and I'll finish with this, is so we did a soft launch 2 months ago, and last week I ran the analytics for a few communities in our pilot program, and I compared the data between 30 days before the bot was installed and 30 days afterwards, and we're seeing an average of a 16% increase in average messages per user and a 26% average reduction in server leaves. So, a brand is investing time and money and energy to attract people to their community. And this makes it so that they're basically almost 30% more likely to stay and 15% like more active in the server, right? And so again, this is, it was a small sample size, and it's like still early, but it's really, really exciting to see these results with the bot.
Wow, first of all, incredible. Like just seeing all of that populate, it's, for me, I'm just an artist. I don't do any coding or anything. So that to me, first of all, is so incredible. And then you don't know how many times I've joined a Discord and it's just disorganized, or it's just like kind of empty, and there's like, 2 people in there active and it's like 3 channels. I'm like, I'll come back when it's like, when it's more developed, and then I never do.
Yeah, exactly. You never do, because if you look at my thing over here on my channel list, right? Like I'm pretty organized, and I put these servers into folders, but a lot of people have, I don't know, 50 to 100 plus different servers, and you just forget about it, and you mute it.
Too.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's. I completely agree with you that like the default Discord experience when you join a server is usually just complete trash. It's overwhelming for somebody that's never used Discord before. I personally, I can remember the first time that I opened Discord, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago. I immediately deleted the app because I was like, okay, well, what the hell is this? This is too much. Like, I don't know, where do I go? Like, I just entered a server and there's 30 chat channels, all lit up with notifications. Where the hell do I go? Right. And so this is a UX forward, experience that will, basically keep people in your server for longer.
I'm pumped on this, and I know if somebody in my server sent me some honey, I'd be there even longer and more, and I would send people honey back. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's incredible and funny at the same time that I was grinding in these discords, basically building out projects discords for them for whitelist, right? And then like now you have something added to your tool belt, everybody. You can add this to your tool belt. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from that quicksand. That's what we try to do up here on this show. We try to bring you guys the real information, the real builders. Like I'm thinking of Wallet Guard right now. I'm going to add this new thing to building discords because it's not just for NFT projects. There's a ton of people who use Discord for doing hobbies, like Jay said, about video games. There's literally like gardening groups on Discord. And yes, having a couple of discords, it's insanely disorganized. I got some questions though. I got, some people were like, hey, there's too many, it's mainly English speakers in this Discord. We're not going to, open up, foreign language channels. Does the bot help us do foreign language?
So we don't offer multilingual support just yet, but we will in the future. It's on the roadmap.
Good
Absolutely.
question. And I know it will be
Great
in
question.
the future, Tali, because you have always delivered. Again, everybody, we met like 4 or 5 months ago, and it's just incredible to see what you're doing. So people who don't really know about Bad Bears and about the bees and all that, can you tell us a little bit about the project
Sure.
and about why you came up with that particular supply for each?
Sure. Yeah. So there's a bit of an echo. I don't know where it's coming from.
1 second. Keep talking. I'm going to try to fix this.
Okay, cool. So, and I think it's gone now. It's gone. So,
oh,
cool. This bot we actually built for ourselves first, because the bear market hit. We realized like, holy shit, like we have to protect our community, right? And give reasons for people to come back. And so we created this bot for us, and we have a collection called Bee Friends. It was a free mint that we did, just a little, fun experiment that we did last year. I think it was April or May or so. And each bee makes 2 honey per day because bees make honey, right? And so this honey, it can be claimed inside of the Discord. And it's got a couple of different uses. So, like I said, you can tip other people. And there's prizes that we raffle off every week with NFTs and that kind of thing. There's a casino in there that you can play multiplayer blackjack and poker together with other Discord members, and just a lot of fun to see people like actively transacting with the honey. Was cool. Even like a year later now, over a year, people still actively are in this economy. I can't imagine what the community would be like without that, right? And so there's a few other pretty advanced mechanics that we implemented. And so Bad Bears was basically the beta test for this, right? And so bees make honey. We also have a collection called Bad Cubs. And there's this interesting mechanic that communities can activate called NFT pairing. So you can activate a collection to be generating points or honey or gold or coins, whatever. But you can activate a second collection to be a multiplier. And so now you can pair these two together to multiply the amount of points, or honey that it makes. And so, it really unlocks a lot of interesting use cases, particularly for pre-mint projects, because obviously if you're pre-mint, you don't have an NFT to assign the points to generate, right? But if you have partnerships with other communities, you can activate their collections inside of your community. There you go to Sappy Seals, a Lil Pudgies, and a kid called a KCB, right? And and you make it so they are all generating points inside of your community. And you've got some interesting giveaways in there, but they have to be in your community to actually claim those points, and participate. And so it really opens up some interesting mechanics. The bears are our Genesis collection, and they don't have any kind of like honey generation capabilities in the community. But what they do is they actually activate these Web3 rewards for other servers. So any community that wants to activate the Web3 rewards, they have to hold a bad bear, right? And that's the power, of a bear itself. And there's a bunch of other stuff in there, like I haven't even touched on. There's a meme maker, so communities could just basically activate these memes that the members could create inside of the Discord itself to share on Twitter, on Instagram, to just drop it into the general chat here, whatever, right? And it's all, completely Discord native. And so again, we solved our own problems with this, and we kind of realized that, okay, it looks like everybody's having this trouble with maintaining their community sentiment. Let's scale this thing out, and help other communities.
That's incredible. And I could not agree more. Like, like it's kind of like some of these Discords I'm in, it's super dusty, right? But it's like, I love the project. I'm holding the assets, right? And it's like, I want to have more of a reason to be in there. I want to have more reason to be active. You know what I mean? A lot of us Clone X members, we come back from the questing days, So for people listening, right, it's not going to be like bad bear. The bear bot could be like any named bot, right? And it could give you anything. It's just the technology that we're talking about here. So people know that, this is hey, if you're listening down there, if you're listening back and you think that your project or a project that you're in could benefit from this, I'm sure Tali would love for you to slide up in his DM and, get that. You've been talking a lot with founders and other communities and collaborating. Sometimes a little bit of poaching goes on there. How have you done to protect your community even more when you're doing these collaborations? And a follow-up question I want to have is, what was one of the coolest things you've learned from a founder recently?
Let's see here. So I definitely haven't dealt with poaching recently. So I think we're okay there, and I think the reality is the community, and the team really, really understands that we have something special here, and it's different. There's no competition. Like there's literally no competition for what we're doing here. Particularly, in Web3. And so, I would imagine, if there's any kind of poaching going on, generally Web3 is pretty friendly. I mean, every now and then, you meet a project or a founder that just, doesn't have the right ethics, right? But I also surround myself with good people. The team is the best team that I've ever worked with ever, and so I think there's a love, and a respect there for each other. I'm sorry, what was the second question?
That you love your team, and I love that you shout out your team. Shout out to the team out there for real. And your community looks like they're having a good time. We are at that halfway point. I'm going to ask you that question again. Don't worry. We're at that halfway point. If anybody wants to come up here, ask some questions, I'd love to hear from this community. I do think it's very unique. I do think it's different. And I think it's going to go wild when people, return back here in that next bull or whatever. But I'm not really looking at the bull. I'm just here building in the bear with the bear like yourself. My question was, you've been interviewing a lot of founders in the space. Was there anything that stuck out to you that one of the founders you talked to and you're like, man, I'm going to add that to my plethora of tools now?
So it's kind of tough because literally every single person, I've spoken to, whether it's a founder or or investor or community manager, or or even a creator. Like I wish that I didn't have to say this, but like they're completely blown away, right? They're just like, they're just wowed by it because it really does solve a lot of problems, right? I would probably say that that the one piece of critical feedback that we have, so if you look on the website, badbears.io, there's a pricing tier, right? There's the free bot, and there's a bot that's $99 a month, or it's free if you have a bad bear, et cetera, et cetera. And the one piece of critical feedback that I receive is it's that the price is just way too low. But what we're trying to do is to get this in as many communities as possible, right? And so, and yeah, so that's really, I would say the only piece of critical feedback, and I do want to touch on the white label component because a lot of founders ask about that. If I'm approached by a brand that wants to collaborate, I'm always careful because I want to protect my community, right? And so, I get probably 5 to 10 different opportunities to collaborate with other brands every week, right? And I turn a lot of them down just because I want to protect the community and the brand itself, right? And so I know that other founders, they want to have a branded experience, right? And so that's why we do the white label, of the bot, and the points itself, because that's part of the user experience, right? Like you want to have just a branded experience across all of your different touch points, right? And then just one thing I want to mention before we take it to any hands is the really, really, really exciting thing that we're focusing on next is integrations and the API. Okay. So this bot is completely Discord native, and it's, it works great. We are focusing on X rewards and X spaces so that communities can reward their members for representing the brand on X, but also participating and listening to spaces, right? So that's the next big thing. But also, because this point system is off-chain, it opens up basically an unlimited amount of opportunities for integrations. And what that means is let's say that you have a game that you built for the community, or let's just say your community, you have like a Minecraft metaverse that you built, right? I don't know, maybe attached to, something you did with NFT Worlds last year, right? But the community just happens to be playing in Minecraft. You can brand your points into gold or just whatever you want to do and let users spend these points in this Minecraft game and earn it in this Minecraft game. And it's immediately, made available in the Discord and any other channels you have. So you can have 3, 4, 5 different games. Maybe you have your own, special marketplace just for your collection. Those points can be integrated with that. Maybe you build a steps tracker, right? And you reward people for exercising, and it's all interoperable, right? And so, I think that's going to be really, really exciting once we start to see other communities creating this point system and making it interoperable across multiple channels, games, platforms, et cetera, et cetera. And then, after we, are finished with integrations there, we definitely want to go cross-chain, and support every single chain, because every single Web3 community is, on Discord. And then after that, big focus on Web 2, right? And opening the door to Web 2 communities, because there's a lot more Discord servers in Web 2 than there are Web 3, right? And just imagine, an integration into, let's just say Twitch or TikTok, right? The streamer could reward the viewers or the listeners in points that they can use in the Discord or in this game, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of like the roadmap, over the next, I'd say probably 6 months to a year.
My mind is just so blown. I'm proud of you. I'm just It's just incredible
Thanks,
to
man.
see how much you've done and how far you've come. And literally, we were talking as like a bear, and you're just such a handsome fella. So I'm glad you're out there, docs. You know, you get further being docs. You really do. You know, meeting people IRL. It's important to protect your community. Jay is just going crazy in the text over here, being like, "Oh my gosh, look at all the use case for this. This is crazy. This is nuts." So, like, if I'm hearing this right, I could be playing Fortnite, right, and I could have several NFTs from different projects, and then I'm still getting all rewarded at the same time, right? And I'm still being able to share with people my identity also within my community while I'm being rewarded. And the cool thing about this, it's like we've all been in those group chats, right? And we share something that we're really passionate about and it gets no love, right? Because everybody's just focused on their other thing. This way, the bot kind of gives you that kind of engagement, right? Kind of gives you that feedback. I mean, does it also act as a customer service tool as well?
Yeah, it's funny that you bring that up. So we are going to be integrating AI into this bot as well. So it'll be a way that any member in a Discord could chat with the Bearbot itself to get support um, for the Bearbot. Okay, so that's a pretty basic implementation. The next level from that is to allow projects to infuse the bot with their own custom knowledge about their project, so that when somebody comes in and asks a question, the bot can answer that question for them, right? And so that's kind of what we're doing with the customer support aspect there.
I love that. I really do, Tolly, because I come from e-commerce as well. And one thing about e-commerce is it's always breaking, y'all. It
Yeah.
literally, your e-commerce shop will be like running smooth as can be, like bells and whistles and everything. You'll come back the next day, you're like, my shop's down. What's going on? Like, it's just crazy because like something got updated, you know, all that. Hey, I did do a thing here and I requested the mayor up here because I do want to get to know more about, hear more from the Bad Bears community. So, Rock, sorry to just drag you up here on stage, but I just had to do it. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Dude, we're good. We're just over here having our minds blown all over our faces and kind of just sitting back and letting Tolly take us. Is there anything that we've left out or haven't asked that you think that we should highlight?
You know, first of all, I don't know what is more awesome, like people's minds being blown or being used to your mind being blown. I'm still trying to figure that out. But let's let's think here. There's just so much stuff to unpack with this thing, as you guys all know.
So Rock, like you've been building a lot of like demo servers or like servers to, you know, to show off to other communities. Talk about that, because you've been having a lot of fun with that, right?
Oh yeah, that's been a blast. And the one thing I like to remind people is that I'm not a dev. I don't come from that background. I like to figure stuff out, but this whole system, the Magic Embed Builder, it's laid out in such a user-friendly way that it's real easy to get the hang of it. I mean, and you know when it just clicks, and then you start to get creative, and that's the fun part. So yeah, there's been a few communities that either I've taken interest in or I thought they could really use the bot. So I would just take it on myself and start a brand new server and start building everything in their brand and those magic embeds. To tell you what, you can do so many fun things with those things. It's it it can take over, like if you're not careful. I've spent a lot of time just thinking around with that, but anyone I've showed, they also are mind blown and just start to imagine what they can do with it too. So it's really quite the thing.
And just to think about, you know, Jay up here saying that she's an artist, right? Like I think about all these art projects, it's like they got to go to sleep at some point. Like they need to go to bed. And like, you know, there could be like a fire that starts on your Discord when you're sleeping, and the bot can help you put that fire out or prevent that fire from even starting. You know what I'm saying? So I just think this is incredible that this has been building out. How long has this been building out, Tolly?
So we started, or so we launched it for ourselves. I think it was May of last year, and then around probably October, November is when we started to work on making this available to all other servers, right? And so that's just like a next like level of complexity, because like just for one single server is like a good, like, okay, cool, like it's there. But to make it so that the server admin can customize things and edit the settings and the permissions and all of the stuff, it's just the next layer, of complexity. So we've been working on it for over a year now. Yeah.
Wow, and they have not stopped working, you guys. Like seriously, like every day I like go on Spaces. There's Tolly, and Tolly's an incredible host, an incredible interviewer too. He could just do this whole interview himself. Rock, I'm going to you. What's like one of these community members like? What's a Bad Bear member like? If I'm going to meet one of these people, what's their like? What's their vibe? Tell us about them.
A Bad Bear community member. Well, they usually carry a wicked sense of humor. They're very inviting, down to earth. Just think of a bear hug, man. There it is.
Yo, I love that. I love that. And you guys like keep it real. You know, it's not like wag meat vibes all over the place. It's like you guys are actually building. I think it's funny that Rock said he got carried away with it, Tolly. Like that's who you got working on your team. He had to like be like, okay, I've done enough work for today. I gotta put this down. You know what I'm saying? Can you tell us how awesome it's been working with Rock, Tolly?
Oh Jesus, yeah. The Rock is let's see here. Yeah, I've got a lot of just really, really good things. I think I call you like every other day, Rock, right? To just kind of fill you in on some, on some secret alpha, to tell you about kind of what's coming up, to bounce some ideas off you, right?
Pretty much, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's been just a massive component with this to kind of like keep the community like, I don't know, vibing. He sets up all the prizes, picks out the prizes that will go there. He's very, very involved with other communities as well, and just basically nonstop talks about the bot, because he knows just like the problems that it can solve. Like, for example, I think the other day he was telling me that I forget what community it was, but their prize system was glitching out or something like that. And and he was like, well, we fix that. Right? It's a much better prizes experience. So yeah, man, it's good to have you on here, bro.
Oh, dude, it's good to be here. And the fascinating thing to me is like it's been such a journey, right? And everybody on our team, including myself, like we all started as like day one community members, right? And eventually the passion shows. Everyone's got a different skill sets, stuff like that. It all shows in their willingness to keep going shows, and just organically built the team that we have today. And it's a long, slow grind for sure. But when you finally get to that point when things are hitting on all cylinders, it's one of the most exciting things.
I love that. And I love it when people give each other flowers up here. It's all good. Rock, I just connected with you. All these people in the space, we all should follow each other back. We all should build. Why are we here? Why are we not building here? One of the people down there in the audience, I won't call him out, but they sent me a job like the other day, job opportunity. Yo, boo. I know you're looking. You said you're always looking. Here's the job opportunity. I said, amazing. They gave me back some real feedback. Loved it. They said, yo, take this out, add this. Like, people are out here saving us time. There's only so much sand in that hourglass. And I appreciate you guys saving us so much time with it. I ask this question to everybody, Tolly, that comes up on this show, but I feel like you've answered it with this bot. But what is it in Web3 that you would like to stay the same, vanish, or change? And you can pick one or all three.
I think that I wish that we would stop using the term Web3. I wish we would stop separating ourselves from Web 2, because the reality is you're on a Web 2 phone, on a Web 2 app called X or YouTube, right? And like, I mean, there's like, you're not like, it's not doing you any favors to think that you're better, right? I feel like, a lot of Web 3 feels like, they're in front of Web 2, like they're ahead, but the reality is that you're right next to it. And there's a lot of other things going on. You've got, like AI over here as well. And so don't think about Web 2 integrating into Web 3. No, it's the other way around, right? I think everybody's got to drop their egos and reach out a hand to Web 2 because, I mean, from a business sense, and that's where the money's at. Like why do bull runs happen? It's because the consumers jump in, right? And so it's just, I would say that's one thing that I wish we would change is to stop, separating ourselves from Web 2.
Well, y'all, I guess I'm going to go rebrand this entire show. It's been nice up here, Web3 with Boo, everybody. But we're taking this solid advice. We're going to go rebrand right now. No, I love that hot take. I love that hot take. And I was just at an event last night with IRL people. They're like, what is burning down on Crypto X? I don't know what. We're all having a good ass time. People are building out crazy apps. Like somebody's showing me an app about music over here. Somebody's showing me about sustainability with fashion over here in this corner. It's just incredible that people are doing that. I love it that you just said that because, yeah, oh my gosh, after being here since, the end of 2021, I definitely feel like this is 2.5, if anything,
Yeah,
I think
2.5, yeah.
Yeah, right. I think one thing that gets me still excited about this space is sometimes I hit that button, and it takes a few seconds, like dial-up days. Yeah, I'm aging myself there. But no, that is incredible. What do you tell me you got another hot take besides that? Because that was great. I haven't heard anybody just say, yo, let's just cancel Web3 entirely and bring Web 2 in here because we need to get it to the mom test, right? Like my mom literally still messages me, how's it? Have you gotten scammed yet? How are you today? It's never a plus. It's not like literally Clone X was trending and she goes, oh, I see Clone X is trending. And she sent me a message and I said, it's because of Billie Eilish, Mom. It's because of Billie Eilish, but that's a good point, right? Like we need that still, right? To bring people over here. Correct, Tali?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to cater to the lowest common denominator, right? And, I think one thing I love about Web3. I mean, by the way, I still actively use that term. Every single space that I host, I put Web3 in there. So I'm not like smashing on people that say that. I just wish that as a collective, we would stop, separating ourselves because that's called a cult. And that's isolation. That's not progress. But the one thing I love about Web3, which you kind of see in I guess you could say in anime culture as well, right, is the passion and the community, right? Like you don't really have the kinds of communities like as plugged in communities in quote unquote Web 2 as you do in Web 3, right? Like Web 2 businesses, they have customers. They don't have community. Like I don't call my community customers. That's just weird. So in Web 3, I would say that I really, really love just the idea of community here, right? And this is why NFTs are going to be successful is because we have community here, right? Like even though the market's down, bottom of the barrel, everybody's still vibing, right? And that says a lot, right? And that's going to attract people, over here. So so I'm feeling bullish on what we have going on here at Web3.
I'm feeling so bullish on you. Jay and I think we got to figure out how we do that like fast emoji thing, like where the emojis go crazy. I got to figure.
I can teach you.
How do you?
I can teach you. I can show you right now. All right. So everybody in the audience, open up your Twitter app. All right. So you've got the space between the magic wand and the little request button, or the mic button. Press and hold that space. So I'm going to show it on camera here. There's this little space right here. So put one finger on that, okay, and keep it there. And now tap rapidly on the reactions, just, 10 times or something, and then let go, okay? And then let go of the left hand. Now you're going to get a little pop-up like this, and then you can just rapidly send your reactions.
I can't do it.
There we go.
Do it.
I can't do it, but I see people in the audience doing
Keep trying,
it.
keep trying.
We're learning some alpha today. And if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Tali of Bad Bear Labs, and they've got a bear bot out that's for free, and you can put it in your Discord, and it can get building for you on your Discord. It can propagate an entire Discord for you. It can do all of that for you for free, everybody. I know there's some people in the audience that some projects desperately, oh my God, turn down your volume. Desperately need it. Oh my God, we need this bot so bad. Please, God, help us, save us. Seriously. And guess what? It can be called anything. It could be called Fruity Loops. It could be you. If you're part of Rock NFT, this bot will give you pebbles, baby. Like, seriously, y'all. God, this space has got me fired up today. I can't do the emoji thing. I'm trying to so hard. Oh my gosh. I can't do it. I cannot do it.
Does it matter if I have an iPhone?
Oh, is it an Android thing? Don't do me like that.
Nah, come on. No.
Hey, what a
iPhone, come on.
It's an Android thing. I can't do it either. So, damn.
But you have an Android, Rock, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hang on. So you hold the space between the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
there you go. Ryan's knocking it out right there. All right. So look at my screen right here.
Uh-huh.
So press and hold this space here, and then I'm going to try to do this here. All right. Yeah. So press and hold this space, and then press the reactions button just a few times, and then let go.
Oh.
You might have to.
Oh, I still didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, well. Oh, well. But you know what's so crazy, y'all? I love it that, like, Tali's just a real person in Web3. I said it, Tali. I said it. Because you're not only
It's all good.
bot, you're also showing us how to use this technology just like on our hands right here. Are you just like, were you a teacher in a past life, or do you just like learning tech? Do you not like, do you just, if it doesn't make sense, you want to learn it, right? You're just like addicted to learning tech. What's going on there?
No, for sure. That's it's a blessing and a curse that I obsess about things, right? And and like if I get really, really interested in something, I go all in, and I just like a sponge, I just absorb as much as I can. And it's a blessing and a curse because it takes over my life. But I prefer that.
Great
I
question.
love to build things.
What is your route? I'm gonna sorry to cut you off. What is your routine like? I mean, guys, if you're watching the YouTube, he don't look like a founder to me. He's looking incredible out here. Some founders, they look fucking ran through the ringer after a year.
Like my skincare routine or my morning routine?
Oh, just the routine, like a day in the life of Tali.
Yeah.
Drop both.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, damn. Drop both.
So I live in Florida. So I got to protect my face from the sun, right? So I just put on just I don't know, some basic, sunscreen on my face. That's it. That's all I do for my skincare. Nothing crazy. But my morning routine is actually pretty interesting and probably pretty different from a lot of people. I wake up in the morning, and probably within 2 to 5 minutes of waking up, I'm working. I'm at my computer, and I'm usually doing something creative like writing, because I want to take advantage of the the dream state that I was just in. Like the brain is in like a very, very different place, like right when you wake up, and so taking advantage of that really, really opens you up to creative ideas. But it also, it sets the tone for the day of getting shit done, right? And so typically after 2 hours of work, get up, go for a walk, get some exercise, go to the gym or something, come back, meetings, and in between meetings, I'm doing what's on my task list. So, and then in the evenings, I'm gonna spend time with my son, or hit the gym, or play some pickleball, get some dinner with some friends, and then when I get back, I'll probably knock out another hour or two of work, and then go to bed, and that's it.
Wow, I love that. staying active. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing,
You
there's
have
a
to.
formula here. I've interviewed a lot of incredible people like you in my life, and that's a formula. It's staying active, staying moving. You know what I'm saying? Giving some love, spending that quality time with your family, which is important. Jay's on that sunscreen tip too. It's really important to sunscreen. I mean, the sun is literally hitting you with rays all over the place. Do you know, being in Florida, do you hit these IRL events, these NFT events, like, you know, Art Basil's coming up?
So I've been to a lot of events over this last year, to Austin, to Vegas, to New York, to Miami, and I don't know if I'll be hitting any more this year, but probably next year. Yeah, probably next year.
Yo,
Just
and
because.
it's great when you hit it next year because you're like, look what I was building in the bear. Everybody will be like, my bags are down. And you're like, my bags were never touched because I was just doing what I love. I think that's one thing that Jay, like, people look at Jay and I, what we do sometimes, they're like, we're crazy, but it's like, we're just creators. We just love creating. We love doing what we're doing, and we don't really care about the paycheck. And when the paycheck does come sometimes, because sometimes we do get paid, it's great. It's awesome. It makes it all more the fun, you know? Yo, this hour went by fast. I got 3 more minutes with you. So before we close this out, I appreciate everybody that came in here to listen today. And don't worry, I'll shout y'all out at the end. I give the guest the second to the last word because I just love being a stage hog. But Tali, this has been so good. I can't wait to collaborate with you more in the future because I know we definitely are. Could you please give us a closing out word, you know, like something to send us out safe on today?
Well, I mean, I would just I just want to thank you, Boo, and Jay for organizing this. Definitely, the whole experience was very, very professional. This whole setup that you have here, on StreamYard, and YouTube is on point. So really, really good work with everything. I mean, thank you for having myself, and Bad Bears on.
Dude, thank you so much. And thank you for the compliment. And thank you for it just goes a long way. I mean, because your whole resume is super professional. Like, I take notes, everybody. There's a reason why I pick the guests that I have come up in here. There's a reason why we only do this show 1 day a week for 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? And man, Tali, thank you for recognizing, because real recognize real. You know what? So with that, here, I'll shout out the room real quick. Thank you, Hefner, for coming. Thank you, Jack. Archie Lab for coming here. Skidley, God, Skidley, we love you. We got to give you an award. This is episode 49. Skidley ain't missed one, y'all. You got to love that. You got to continue to look out for community people like that and your boys like that. Not customers, remember, not custies, okay? And we got the NFT Arcade in here. Thank you for coming. Pip Slayer 33. I love it. Gummy spelled with a 6. You got to love that. I love 6. Mark 888. What's good? Risa Eat. I'm going to shout out everybody because this is what it's about, y'all. Francisco BLK, because sometimes when you're in a space, you might only have 10 listeners, but when you got 22, you got to shout them all out. Schliga.eth, how are you doing today? Oh, you got to be careful with that one. One-eyed goat. One-eyed goat. We love to see it. We got goats out here. Vanna 3000. A lot of bad bears in the audience. A lot of bear labs out there. We got Jill. Thank you, Jill. And Jill, thanks for that fire emoji that you hit me with in the Discord. The thing that we've been talking about all day. It got me fired up. It got me to throw an emoji down there too. Bogey Blasters. Love the name. Dude, that'd be a great toy line. Just saying. Kale NFTs. Keep it healthy out there eating kale. King Leo. Be a king. Midas. As Ross, we love you. All right, guys, that was fucking pumped up. I am so excited. This is going to get me through the next week of the bear if we're still here, right? I love that. This is episode 49, live on Rug Radio. We're doing it live on YouTube, and we have it on Spotify. I want to shout out Artifact creators. Shout out to the Artifact squad. Yo, I got the new merch already. How crazy is that? It's like it teleported here. Yo, next week, I'm doing an IRL event at Station 3, Broadway, 26 Broadway, outside the bull statue. Yeah. Oh, third floor, we upgraded. Last night's event was insane. I'm a little intimidated, so I got to come dressed and prepped and prepared. And with that, y'all, this is episode 49. Again, we're going to make it to episode 50. Love you, Tali. Thank you so much for today. Bad Bears, thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Let's go. Let's go.
Web3.
Don't get botted. Get